welcome to this episode of 5 Minute Gamer. Today, we're going to be talking about my favorite game. Intro. Okay, and we'll start the timer. 5 minutes. So my favorite game is The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, as you'll know if you've watched my ranking the Zelda games, and I'm going to explain all of Majora's Mask in 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay, so Link, after being in Ocarina of Time, went to go find Navi and ended up in this forest, which ended up in a new place called Termina, where he was turned into a Deku Scrub by the Skull Kid, and the Ocarina of Time was stolen. He ends up meeting this guy called the Happy Mask Salesman, which says that if he can get back his ocarina, then he will turn him back human, but Link has to get the Majora's Mask for him. The Majora's Mask was stolen by the Skull Kid, the main antagonist of the game so far. The mask is used for ancient hexing rituals and has a very dark magic in it, so it can destroy the world, which is going to happen, because the Skull Kid is making the moon fall in 3 days. So you have a 3-day cycle to beat this game. Okay, so you have to go around town, play a game of tag with these kids, which will let you get a special jewel, which then you can trade for a deed, which lets you get on top of the clock tower, which is where the Skull Kid is on the 3rd day. And you shoot him with a magic bubble, and then he will drop the ocarina. 3.5 minutes left. And then you get a flashback of Princess Zelda, and you have to, which will teach you the Song of Time, which you play to go back in time. And then Happy Mask Salesman teaches you a song called the Song of Healing, which allows you to turn back human and lets you use a mask, which turns you back into a Deku Scrub, which was your old form. So you have to go to the Southern Swamp and rescue the Deku Princess in the Swamp Temple by beating Adalwa, who is the masked warrior of the temple. I don't remember what his title was called. And you bring her back. Then you have to go to Snowhead, which is basically a giant mountain. It's like Death Mountain, but covered in snow. And you meet a dead Goron who tells you his story. Then you play the Song of Healing for him, and he turns into a mask, which lets you use his power. So you have to go to the place where all the Gorons are and learn the Goron's Lullaby, which lets you enter the temple. You beat the temple, and the boss is the masked mechanical monster goat, which is basically a giant bull. And then you get Epona back, and, okay, 1 minute and 50 seconds left. And then you meet a almost dead Zora named Macau, which you play the song for, and then he dies. And you have to get the 7 eggs of Lulu, who is a Zora girl who lost her voice after laying these 7 eggs. 4 of them are in the Gerudo Pirate Fortress. The other 3 is in like this trench where all these sea worms are. So, okay, 1 minute and 15 seconds left. So after you do that, you learn the song called the New Way Bossa Nova, which gives Lulu back her voice and awakens this giant turtle. You ride the turtle to the next temple, which you go through, and then you have to beat Gyorg, which is a giant masked fish. And half the battle's on land, half the battle underwater. So you do that. Then you have to go to Ikana Canyon, but you have to go to the graveyard, okay, at 45 seconds, and learn the Song of Storms. Then you go back to Ikana, play the Song of Storms, get a mask, go down a well, do the side quest thing, then end up at this castle, which you have to go through, which is kind of like a mini dungeon, and you beat the king, who will teach you the Elegy of Emptiness. Then you do the next dungeon, and the last boss, which is Twin Mold, by getting the Giant's Mask, which turns you into this giant version of yourself. And then if you collected all the masks, you go and play the song called The Oath to Order, and you beat Skull Kid. Boom. And that's it. That's 5 minutes. I mean, I'm going to be making a longer video, more detailed, but I fit it in 5 minutes. Blooper reel. Yeah, so that's that. Enjoy the blooper reel. Okay. We're recording? Why are you recording?
I don't know.
You didn't do the thing. Stop, you did it wrong. Oh no, the moon is falling. We must all evacuate. The moon, no. Oh wait, are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Forget any of that happens. Cut. And there's this dead guy on a mushroom that you play the thing for, and then he gives you a mask which like covers your face and little head right here, and then you dance. Okay, this is gonna be like a thing. Okay, start. Have you ever actually played Majora's Mask, Liberty?
I don't know. I suck at it.
I beat the game in under 5 hours.
Yeah, that's because you play the game like 75 billion times.
I do. I'm playing 4 versions of the game at the moment. I own the game in Japanese for the N64. I don't own an N64 in Japan.
Really?
Japanese.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.